Depending on who you ask, they'll tell you I'm a legend. From YO to the Veil to the Mongo spot on Creston. Always been 1,000, never ever been a lame. Lay a nigga down for these 3 letters on my chain.
A lot of people that haven't been keeping up with me throughout the years always say the same thing once they discover me on one of these platforms. They'd be like, oh man, I used to always listen to you. Yo, why you disappeared? Why you stopped dropping music? Where you been at? And I'd be like, yo, bruh, I never stopped dropping music, man. I always drop music. What happened was you probably just stopped listening to me. You know what I mean? Like, because the harsh reality of the situation is this. I fell off a lot of people's radar after I left the Lox. You feel me? I'm not naive. I know exactly what happened. A lot of people felt like they had to choose sides, you know what I mean, when it comes to the fans. They're like, yo, if I rock with Hood, I can't rock with the Lox. Or if I rock with the Lox, I can't rock with Hood. I can't listen to Hood and listen to the Lox. They felt like they had to choose, you know what I mean? Like, when in reality, they didn't, because the situation had absolutely nothing to do with the fans. This was an internal, personal situation with me and these guys. You know what I mean? It had to do with business. And the fans had nothing to do with it. But fans are emotionally attached to artists, so sometimes it's difficult for them to separate the two. You dig? So unfortunately, that's just what happened. A lot of people were like, man, I ain't listening to him no more, man. I don't care what happened in the situation. I don't care if he was right. I don't care if he was wrong. Matter of fact, he can't be right. It had to happen like this. I know it happened like this. Like, they create these narratives in their mind, and if that's what they believe, that's what they're going to believe. They don't care about truth. They don't care about what's untrue or nothing. And I had to see that for myself in my situation. On top of just seeing a lot of other stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I remember one time, you know, I'm speaking about this on another episode, but I could speak more about it on this one. I remember one time I hit a Flex. I'm like, yo, Flex, I got this record. I know if you play it, you could kill the tri-state. It'll be up. Like, I'm telling you, it'll go crazy. He like, look, that's cool and all that, but look, if Sheek say we cool, we cool. In my mind, I'm like, if Sheek say we cool, we cool. You know, I ain't really say it to him. All I said was all right after that. But like I said, in my head, I'm like, this man just said if another grown man say you good, we cool. Like, so if this man say we ain't cool, we ain't cool. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand it from a relationship, you know, standpoint, because he been cool with them guys for a long time. And relationships go a long way, especially in this industry. So I got it from that aspect. But I'm like, you're supposed to be a DJ. Your job as a DJ is to break records, not choose sides. And that's what was happening with a lot of these DJs. They was choosing sides, and a lot of them was just scared also. It was like, no, if I play his record, they gonna be mad at me, or da-da-da. I can't do this. I'm not gonna jeopardize my relationship with them. I used to hear it all. I heard everything that you can name. I done heard people say, yo, I heard if I do anything with you, they not gonna mess with me. I was told not to mess with you, or they not gonna give me this, or da-da-da. I'm like, yo, this is really crazy. You know, coming up during the time when I was coming up, radio played a large part in you getting booked for shows and stuff like that. So if you're not getting a radio play, you're not getting booked. So obviously I wasn't getting booked like that because I was being kept off of the radio. So that became a problem for me. So I had to, you know, start going to the internet. Nowadays, a lot of these new age artists, they use the term blackball loosely, but I was blackballed for real. Not saying that you can't be blackballed in this day and age, because you absolutely can, but the labels blackball artists differently than how they did back then. Now, if you're blackballed, you just signed a deal that you probably shouldn't have signed, and you gave the label a little bit too much power than they should have. You know what I mean? Now it's like those deals are basically predicated around the label dictating when you could drop and when you can't drop. Early 2000s, if you blackballed, different radio stations not playing your music. These booking agents not booking you. These show promoters not booking you. These club promoters not booking you. You know what I mean? Like different stuff like that. And you had to rely on the radio back then. Nowadays, you don't have to rely on the radio. Everything is about the internet nowadays. You have the net, so that gives you access to the world in the touch of a button. Plus, you have all these different platforms and outlets that you don't even really need labels. You could just post your music up on all these, you know, different platforms and go viral just off of the things that we have on our smartphone. I wish we had that stuff back then. My situation would be totally different, but you know, it is what it is. It was just ugly, man. A lot of, like I said, a lot of rappers start acting differently. Not all, You know, because the ones that really held it down and kept it 1,000, I salute them for real, because a lot of them kept it a rack. A lot of DJs kept it a rack. Everybody ain't act funny. It was just like a large portion of people that start acting differently because they was more so scared to damage their relationship with the LOX. And I totally get that because the LOX are who they are. You feel me? But, man, your boy it took me a minute to shake that. You feel me? Like I was in a blackball situation for a minute, and I actually helped contribute to me being blackballed by the things that I was doing, as far as like the diss videos, even down to the dragging the chain, like everything that I did that was in the fashion of, dissing the LOX, that helped me get blackballed. You dig? And it took years to get up out of it.